Hello, welcome back to the video. This is KVG Hub, and today we are going to talk about FOMO in the hobby while I pack some eBay orders. Recently, I find that it is kind of interesting to see that people seems to always be in a hurry to get something. I mean, sometimes I'm also like that when you see everyone excited about a card, and sometimes you haven't even seen the card yourself, or you have forgotten that the card exists. It is very tempting to just go out and buy it. But then at the same time, you know that when everyone is talking about a card, most likely it is already expensive and already spiked. But then the point becomes whether the card will retrace back. For example, when looking at these Sylveon, I got this a while back, like last November or something. So even before Sword and Shield stuff are really spiking, and before everyone FOMO into it, I think that I paid 75 Canadian dollar for this one. So I don't know, maybe like high 60 USD. But last time I checked, actually I forgot. Last time I checked the price, it is a while ago. So maybe I will check the price now. But I remember that this card is also spiking quite a lot. Maybe because like, even though it is not the Aura version, this one is also going high. For now, from TCG Player, a near mint copy, the raw card is 81 USD. So that's quite like 1/3, yeah, 30% increase in price compared to when I bought it. But then when we are in a FOMO cycle, if there's a term that's called this, you don't know how high a card can go. It feels like sometimes, like most of the time, the cards will go back down a bit, but it will already be more expensive than before it pumps. Then you start wondering whether or when you should buy into the FOMO if you really want the card. But in terms of my own collection, this Flareon, I think I buy when the big old arts are pumping, and this is like going up a bit, but like not a lot. I forgot, maybe I should also check the price for now. A Flareon, let's see, how much is a Flareon going by now? There are a lot of Flareon listed on TCG Player, so let me search for this Flareon. Yeah, looks like the price is like has gone back down a lot. It reaches a high at like 50 USD for the Flareon. I buy a PSA 9 because at the time when I look on eBay, I don't think there's a PSA 10 copy over there, or it is like way out of what I want to pay for a Flareon. While technically, if you buy a card of any places, a near mint copy is like may grade a PSA like 8 to 10. I think is the range. So for me, getting a PSA 9 is still a near mint copy, and if I really wanted to sell it as a near mint to capture the movement of the market, which raw card and 10 seems to move a lot quicker than other cards, say a 9. So when I buy the 9, it is like, compared to before the pump, it didn't even move. I think that 9 prices is pretty stable. Like no one looks at them and no one wants them at all. So that's what I get. I like a Flareon. I have been wanting to buy one, but maybe I should have do it before the FOMO starts. I kind of think that it will happen eventually, but not before I buy everything I want. There are still some cards I really want. For example, the the Levion or art, the one in the farm. I really want that one, but it is like in 300s now, I think. Don't quote me. I didn't look up every card before I press record, because I'm just here to pack my orders and earn my Pokemon bucks so I can get fancy stuff for my stream. So a short plug. Sometimes I stream and we open packs. We have interesting vintage stuff you can buy from me. For now we have 151 and most of the latest Scarlet and Violet sets to open. Yeah, but back to the FOMO thing. I think that sometimes I wonder whether people like why people hurry to get the same thing all at the same time. Like a few months ago, like I mentioned, it is the Sword and Shield stuff that are all pumping and all getting more expensive. Now the pump is apparently, or the money is apparently done with these older cars, and have moved on to Scarlet and Violet illustration rare. Oh, I think illustration rare is for either illustration rare or art rare. I forgot which one is for the Japanese version and which one is for the English version, but regardless, you'll get what I mean. Yeah, it feels like the money is finally done with pumping booster box of Sword and Shield era, and the cards in Sword and Shield, maybe they have earned enough and are now moving on to Scarlet and Violet. There are a lot of cards I still haven't bought in the Scarlet and Violet era that I will have been waiting for it to go lower in price, but I'm not sure whether that is going to happen by now. For example, the Magic card, I think it is a pretty nice card, but not nice enough for me to pay the current price for it. It is very likely that I'm just going to buy in the Japanese version instead. It is a lot cheaper in Japanese, and for me, looking at the Japanese words or looking at it in English, it is like the same for me, so I don't really care, which I think is good for me. Maybe I can stay a bit away from the FOMO or from the natural interest, whichever way you like to describe this phenomenon. But I think I was in the FOMO for the Sword and Shield booster boxes too. Somehow that turns out pretty good for me, at least for now. I think I got into buying like four Fusion Strike booster box when they are still at MRSP. I think I got in at 143 or 146, so pretty close, like to the door with everything included. So that's a pretty cool purchase on my book. For now, I'm still keeping that. Maybe one day I'll give in and we will just bring it on stream, or I will just sell it off to someone else to bring it on their stream. Okay, I just picked up a Sylveon VMAX order, such an old card in the Japanese version of Evolving Sky. That's pretty cool, and I think that some of the FOMO is market movement is hard to determine whether it is purely because people have never think about buying that card, or because artists, like YouTube people that are bigger than my channel. I don't even have subscribers, come on. Yeah, they talk about the card and everyone decided that they also want the card. Then the pump starts and everyone follows in. It can be the case, but while at the same time I think that there is like people feels like the countdown timer is on and no one knows what will happen in the future. So while the future price is unknown, the current price is kind of known. So if people have their budget, they will just jump in. So in terms of whether I think that you should buy something during the FOMO time or when everyone has their eyes on it, I think it is twofold. If you are into the card for your own personal collection, if it is still in your budget and if the pump just started, I guess you can still go in, because like most of the time after the pump is over, the card is going to fall back to where it's like higher than it used to be until something else pump it again, or just when time goes on there are less of those cards out there and they will just get more expensive. So whichever way, if it is your personal collection and you find out about the pump quick enough, you can try going to your local games store or local game shop too. Those places usually are a bit slower to react to price changes. So maybe you can still find a price pre-pump in those places. And if you do, then you can buy it quickly. But if you are in need to, like, if you are a business and when you need to buying stock, or you are looking to invest in some cars, I think that when you know about the pump or the FOMO is starting, it is already too late for you. You won't, but then the question comes again, whether you want to get some profit, all the profit, or what. I've been watching some other reselling channels. Those channels talk about how they like those people buy things from flea market and places to resell on eBay, which in some sense is pretty much what people like me who are buying and selling Pokemon cards are doing. So they have a saying that there are two models of the business. You can want all the profit some of the time, or some profit all of the time. So if you are investing into it, I think that it is a lot better if you start buying before everyone looks at the cards and before a pump. For me, when I start looking closer to the card market, I am buying up something like the Sylveon and other evolutions that are in my budget and I want to spend for them. But like for example, for now, the market is hot, and I think that what is not looked at is the old stuff. Not sure about like really old vintage stuff, and you probably shouldn't take advice from a video that like Snorlax and be here talking behind a camera, making you think like this is a still image. Yeah. You should probably, if you are looking to invest into something, or like hold for a long term and hope that your collection gains value, I think that you may as well look at some XY or Sun and Moon stuff, which I know there is some movement with the XY stuff too, because there's rumor that I forgot what's like the Z series is going to do something with the Mega Evolution, so people are already thinking that those will pump. So if you are still wanting to buy something, I still think booster boxes are the better choice than the individual cards. Over time, the boxes, like I have looked at the charts, doing the professional thing, kind of, which I sell cardboard. That's not a profession. Anyway, I think that booster boxes, they may move slow. They kind of always move slower than the individual cards. But they just train upward after they are out of print. Even now, I have looked at some people, like their shop, their YouTube channel and such. It feels like, for now, even Twilight Masquerade and Temporal Forces, those boxes are going higher in price, even though they are brand new. The chance of those getting a reprint, restock or whatever, and increase in supply from the Pokemon company is pretty high for now. So I'm not sure, but it feels like people are enjoying their time with those sets, cracking them a lot, and I have see from videos and stuff, I think I saw that some people's store are running out of those. Like that's not what I expect for a brand new set. I got some Twilight Masquerade boxes too, and I got packs we can crack together on stream. But like maybe I was thinking more like closer to Paradox Rift. If you guys remember, those boxes has gone down to like 90 bucks a box for a while. I bought a case. It just opened by now. I sold a few boxes from it, but I think I buy that case at a price of 90 or maybe even 89 per box a while ago, before everything pumps, before even the Sword and Shield stuff pumps a lot. So maybe I thought Twilight Masquerade and those kind will stay at 90 or mid 90 for longer, but apparently that's not what is happening. So, and not to mention there are some Gengar cards, and like the Mortis card, which is also a Gengar card, is pumping quite a lot. And now all the illustration rare are going up. I understand they are very hard to grade, so maybe a lot of people want to chase the multiple that a PSA 10 will give, so they are buying a lot from TCG Player, eBay, and every places that they can put their hands onto it. So if you are just looking for a raw card, I think that you don't have to buy right now, because technically after those people who want to grade buy the cards, they examine the cards and they try to figure out whether they are worth sending into PSA, so that they can get a 10 out of it. And if the price of your favorite card in a PSA 9 is not profitable, most of those people who are grading will sell those cards back to market again. So after maybe a few weeks, I think it is very likely for those illustration rare to drop a bit in price. But then there's still no telling whether they will drop all the way down, all the way back to how they used to be. I don't think it will, but at least it will be lower than the price when the cards are fully pumped. Also, I think that I see that some people are blaming big YouTube people, that's not me for sure, for talking about cards and pumping those cards. But then I think that it is kind of sad to see that happen, to see the big guys be blamed for talking about what they like. Because most people who start a YouTube channel or like whatever Instagram was things, they want to share with others how they like Pokemon and share with others what they like. But somehow when they become a big influencer, adding quotation between the words, when they become a big influencer, it feels like they can't share what they like as freely as they used to be able to. And if they do that, some people like just call them pumping the market, manipulating the market, or words like that, which I think like what the influencers say can have some effect, because that's why people call them that. But then that may not be what they want to see happening too, and they can't control it either. So in conclusion for this video, since I have already packed up my 2 orders, which as I talk and pack order, it takes a lot longer to pack the orders. Anyway, I think that the FOMO in the hobby is pretty strong right now. So, and the hobby is pretty expensive if you want everything you like right now. So be smart with your budget. So just hold on tight. Don't get into debt because of shiny cardboard. It won't be worth it. And most cards will still be there for you after a few years. If you remember, those some of the cards that pumped in during that Sun and Moon tag team cards, they spiked up but then a lot of them go back to a lot more reasonable price. I think that the sword and shield cards will kind of do the same too, except we don't know the level it will drop to. But if you haven't bought one for your own collection, I think now that a lot of things are stabilized, it may already be where the cards will fall back to. And if you buy now, you already successfully dodged the FOMO. But then if you want some Scarlet and Violet cards, those are the wild ones. There are a chance of reprint, but there are a chance of no reprint too. So after a long video of saying nothing, I think the key is back to how you are the one buying the cards, so you better watch your wallet and be smart with your decision. Maybe make a list and see what cards you want. Usually the trend is that the top cards will like everything will drop some value drop some price after it is freshly out of the set, and the super popular one seems to go higher. For example, the Eevee illustration rare and the Ghastly illustration rare. So maybe for the coming sets, if it is within your budget, it may worth it to do a pre-order price, because the popular ones, they just keep growing. But then after a year or so, when the cards are out and before this era is ending, I think that they will be cheaper. But do you want to waste that long for your card or not? That's a thing for you to think for yourself. And if you are going to invest in single cards, which I don't do, and I'm not sure, you will really have to be looking closely to the market and looking closely to the YouTube market somehow, and see what videos are coming out, or go and make some videos yourself so you can pump your own cards. At the end of the video, I think I should pump my own live stream. Come and follow me on my social media. Links down in comment. I'm KBG Hub everywhere. And this week I have these two guys, and next week I will have even more cards into the mystery box. I also sell some weird vintage Japanese stuff, for example some stickers and those kind of things. So I hope to see you in future streams. That's all for today. Bye.